Hello students, today we are going to discuss unit number 4 from your book Beehive, and the title is A Truly Beautiful Mind. This chapter is about Albert Einstein, and we all know that he was a great scientist. The title of the chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind, refers to the great scientist. So this chapter is a short biography of Albert Einstein where some of his qualities are explained. Now the title is A Truly Beautiful Mind. But this is a question that how can a mind be beautiful? So in this chapter we will read about another aspect of Albert Einstein. He had humanistic attributes also. He advocated world peace. He advocated no violence. That's why the title refers to him, A Truly Beautiful Mind. So let us start reading the chapter now. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm without any indication that he was destined for greatness. Destined means fate. And he was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, and at that time there was no indication, nobody knew about it that he was going to be a great scientist. There was no indication like that. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. Freak means a word used disapprovingly to talk about a person who is unusual and does not behave, look or think like others. To her, his head seemed much too large. On the contrary to this statement that he was a great scientist, he became a great scientist, his mother thought when he was born that he was a freak, means he doesn't behave like a normal child, he doesn't look normal, he doesn't think normal, but he was something different. He was not like a normal children. To her, his head seemed much too large, and his head was also very large. It seemed that he has lower intelligence than the children of his age. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. Means Einstein did not start talking properly at the age of 2.5. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. When he started speaking after that, he used to speak every word 2 times. Uttered means spoke. Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him Brother Boring. Now, Einstein's playmates means his classmates or friends. They used to call him Brother Boring because he never come to know that how to behave with his friends, his playmates, what to talk with them. That's why they used to call him Brother Boring. So the youngster played by himself much of the time. So he used to remain by himself. He played with himself only. He especially loved mechanical toys. Now here you can see he loved playing mechanical toys in the beginning only when he was a small child. Mechanical means the toys like robot car or something like that where machinery is used in that toy. He liked those toys especially to play. Looking at his newborn sister Maja, he is said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?" Now you can see that when he saw his little sister, newborn sister Maja, then he instantly asked the question that where are her wheels? Instead of asking about her feet, he asked about her wheels. It shows his interest in physics from the beginning. We can also say that he used to play with his toys in the beginning, in the childhood. So all toys had wheels. So he thought that that little newborn baby is also like a toy. That's why he asked about her wheels instead of feet. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he'll never make a success at anything. Once Einstein's headmaster remarked about him to his father that whatever the profession he is going to choose in his life, he would never make a success at anything. Because his headmaster had a very negative attitude for him. It was because Einstein always remained with himself. He did not talk too much with anyone and he did not interact with people. So the principal could not make out that what kind of a child he was. That is why he made such a statement. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining this skill throughout his life. Amateur means doing something for personal enjoyment rather than as a profession. So something which is your hobby and you do it as a pastime. So Einstein learned to play violin at the age of 6 and he played it very well because his mother wanted him to play violin, and throughout his life he played violin as a hobby, as a pastime only, not as a profession. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old and scored very good marks in almost every subject. Now here but word is used. But he was not a bad pupil. Pupil means student. But he was not a bad pupil, as his headmaster once said about him that he would not get success at anything. That's why here but word is used. But he was not a bad student. He went to high school in Munich because his family was shifted from Ulm to Munich when he was 15 months old. And he scored very good marks in almost all the subjects, and it shows that he was very good at studies. Einstein hated the school's regimentation and often clashed with his teachers. Regimentation means order or discipline taken to an extreme. So Einstein's school had a very strict discipline that he hated very much. And because of that, he had often clashes with his teachers. At the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled there that he left the school for good. Stifled means unable to breathe or suffocated. He left the school for good. For good means he left the school forever. So Einstein was feeling so suffocated in the school that he left the school forever. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. Now, when Einstein left his school, 1 year before, his parents had moved to Milan by leaving their son with their relatives. Milan is in Italy. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland, in a city which was more liberal than Munich. Liberal means willing to understand and respect others' opinions. Now the school in Munich was very strict, the rules were very strict, so he could not follow the discipline there. So he had a long discussion with his parents and relatives, and finally it was decided to put him in a school in German-speaking Switzerland. The language used for communication was German. Switzerland actually was more liberal than Munich. So the rules were not so strict as the rules were strict in Munich. That is why Albert moved to the city Switzerland in new school. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics, and after finishing school he decided to study at a university in Zurich. Zurich is another city in Switzerland. Einstein was exceptionally good at mathematics and he had a great interest in physics also. So after completing his school education, he took admission at a university in Zurich. But Science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man when with the walrus mustache. Walrus is a particular shape of mustache, so he had a shape like thick and bent downwards at that time. That type of mustache he carried when he was a young man of 21 years old. Science was not the only subject he had interest, but he had interest in something else also. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Maric, whom he found to be a clever creature. Now, except maths and physics, he had felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Maric. And Albert thought about her that she was a clever creature as she was very smart, also very sharp and intelligent. This young Serb had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. So Albert Einstein met Mileva Maric in the University of Zurich. Mileva Maric actually belongs to Serbia, that's why she is called here Serb. Now Mileva Maric came to university in Zurich from Serbia because Zurich was a university in Europe where women could get degrees. There were few universities in Europe where women could get degrees and Zurich was one of them. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines. Ally means a friend or an associate, and Philistines means a word used disapprovingly to talk about people who do not like art, literature, or music. Now, Einstein thought Mileva was a friend because she also had interest in art, literature, and music. Both Einstein and Mileva had common interest. So they together were against the Philistines. Because Philistines are the people who do not like art, literature or music. Those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. At odds means to be in against of anyone. So who are the Philistines here? Albert Einstein family, because they also did not love their interest in art, music or literature. And there were so many people in university also who did not like their interest in this. Now both Mileva and Einstein, they together were facing the people who were against the literature, music and art. The couple fell in love. Letters survive in which they put their affection into words, mixing science with tenderness. Now finally both of them fell in love and they started exchanging the love letters to express their feelings. Now at that time the technology was not so advanced, so they used to write the letters to share their feelings. No, there was no social media or WhatsApp or phone calls, nothing like that at that time. So that's why they wrote letters to each other. But very interestingly, they mixed science with their feelings. So they must use very funny kinds of words in their letters. One example is there. Wrote Einstein, "How happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relatively to a victorious conclusion." So Einstein here is talking about his scientific invention. He said that he will be very happy when we both, means Mileva and Einstein, when they will finally conclude that work they were working on relativity to a victorious conclusion. When their work would be complete on that topic, then they will be very happy. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. Now finally in 1900, when he was 21 years old, he became graduate from the university, but he was unemployed. Means he was not working anywhere. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. What is the meaning of patent? Patent is a document which gives the rights of an invention to an inventor. Any person who invents a new thing, he is given a patent, in which the right to that thing is given to the inventor. So, from 1900 to 1902, he was working as a teaching assistant. He gave private lessons also, and in 1902, he got a job as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's inventions, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. Now Einstein's work to check other people's invention, to assess them, that whether these inventions are original or not, and after that to give them patent. But actually he was developing his own ideas in secret also. So secretly he was doing some inventions. He is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at the work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Actually, in joke he said that the drawer, the desk where he used to work, he called it the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. He called it Office of Theoretical Physics because there only he started work on his inventions. And his inventions are the base of modern physics. So that's all about the first part of the chapter. So in next video I will explain the second part of the chapter. Thank you so much.